What girls really mean when they say, just be yourself. I don't know if you guys have heard this. I don't even know today's, who knows what goes on today in the dating world as far as, the information that's out there, like, what women say. And I remember when I was first getting into dating, like, long time ago, I would kind of pay attention to what girls said about, how guys should act around them. I don't even, I stopped listening to that like 5 years into my dating experience because I realized it was all just shitty advice. And this is kind of one of the things that was shitty advice that I listened to, which is that, when girls say, just be yourself, just be yourself, be who you really are. It's really shitty advice. Actually, as I've said in other videos, women tell you, don't believe what a woman tells you, really run it through some thoughtful narratives, run it through some different channels of thought. What is she really saying? Why is she really saying that? Because women are solipsistic. What they say is usually centered around themselves, right? So when a woman says, for instance, when a woman says, just be yourself, what she's really saying is, show me who you really are. That's what she's saying. She's saying, show me who you really are. And that's not necessarily a good thing, because it's not about who you really are with women. It's about the performance, right? It's about what you can do for her. It's about what you are to her, right? So when she's saying, just be yourself, what she's really saying is, I want to weed out the beta men. I want to weed out the men that I don't want. And you realize this when you start dating, because you realize how women date. Women date in almost an existential way, right? They've always got a plan. They're not just dating you because they like you, because you're just cool and funny and interesting. That really usually doesn't happen. It's, you're cool and funny and interesting in such a way that benefits them, in the sense that, they want what you have genetically. Believe me, it sounds paranoid, right? Like, oh, why can't you just be normal around women? Or like, women are just not that way. They're just not that way. It's always towards a selfish end, right? The reason why women say, just be yourself, is because they want to see who you really are, so they can weed out those who they don't want, right? And you would think like, well, maybe she doesn't like my personality, and that's good, because then that way, I won't have a girlfriend that doesn't like me for me. Like, it sounds good, but that's not the correct angle. What it really is she wants to know whether you're alpha or you're beta. She wants to know whether you're going to be the alpha seed or the beta provider, right? She wants to know, she wants to class you. She wants to put you in a certain class of men. Is this guy a high value guy who's being sought after? This is why they tell you to be yourself, because they want to know who you really are, so they don't have to waste time. Because frankly, a lot of guys fake it, because we know we're not enough. We're not enough who we are. And this is one of the things that I learned, from pickup artistry. Some certain coaches, they teach you, you are enough. You're enough. Who you are is enough for women. And that's a psychological trick to get you to kind of relax and not be yourself, but to relax and accept yourself in an interaction with a woman. But you got to understand that just the fact that you're interacting with a woman is an alpha move. It's an alpha thing to do. Beta guys are scared to go up and talk to women, right? So a lot of what pickup artistry, and I would just say pickup artistry. I'm not going to say dating, because dating coaching is so blue pilled today. It's just ridiculous. It just teaches men how to be beta. It just teaches men how to be beta orbiters, and it's so whack. But pickup artistry, PUA is better. PUA, it's more alpha, right? It really is helpful for a lot of men. I've always been a guy who, what I don't like is when they mix red pill and PUA. Although I've said that red pill and PUA complement each other, they do in a way. But when you gotta differentiate the fact that, okay, you can be a pickup artist, so you can pump and dump, or you can hook up with a girl, you can get a short-term girlfriend. But once you get into long-term girlfriend territory, that's when you need to have the red pill. That's when the red pill comes into play, because she's thinking long-term. Women are almost always thinking long-term dating strategy. They really are. Even when they're younger and they're riding the cock carousel, they're thinking long-term dating strategy in the back of their heads. It's there. How? Because it's alpha fucks, beta bucks, alpha seed, beta need, right? So when she's riding the cock carousel, in the back of her head, that's actually a mating strategy. She's looking to get knocked up by an alpha. Women don't just, I mean, they do, but not always. Women don't just always have sex to have sex. They have sex because they want to get pregnant. It's their motivation. This is what a lot of guys probably don't understand about women. They think, oh, we live in, post-feminist world where, women are equal and blah, blah, blah. No, they're still being driven by their emotions. Excuse me, not their emotions. They're still being driven by their biology, okay, which is alpha, seed, beta, need, okay? So when you circle back and you understand that this is their strategy, everything that they tell you is based on that strategy. And the reason why I bring up this particular maxim, if you will, or saying, whatever, because women are always saying this, just be yourself, just be yourself. The reason why I say this is because so many women say it, just be yourself, but it's a strategy to categorize you. And one of the best books I ever read on dating or pickup or whatever you want to call it, and it was by a pickup artist, or I'm not sure if he markets himself as a dating coach, but I know that he ran in pickup artistry circles. His name is David D'Angelo, and he had a book called Double Your Dating. He still does. I mean, it's out there. You can get it for like $15. It's called Double Your Dating. One of the best books I've ever read, because it's like a 101 book. It's an entry-level book to understanding female nature. And in that book, he describes what women want from men. And he shows men that women will put men in pretty much two different categories. Either they put him in the long-term relationship category, or they put him in the I want to have sex with this guy right now category. And I'm not sure if he did, but I added two more categories. I added the friend zone, and then I added I don't want anything to do with this guy zone. Right? So you're usually in one of those zones. You're either in the friend zone, which means, no sex. She's just using you as an emotional tampon. She's just passing her time, using your validation, using your attention. Okay, there's that zone, which is like, the weakest of the weakest guys get into that zone because they're just so placating and they're so needy and asky and like timid that the girl's just like, oh, I'm just going to use this guy for an emotional and she might dump on this guy. She might tell this guy her problems, but she'll never sleep with the guy, and she'll probably never even hang out with him unless he's paying or he offered to. These guys, I'll take you out, and she might use you for that, but she won't kiss you, she won't touch you, So there's that zone, and then there's the I don't want anything to do with this guy zone, which is like, he has a weird vibe, or there's just no chemistry, or I'm just not feeling him, or he's he's kind of creepy, or he's just, and what is creepy? Creepy is like the guy who doesn't know how to talk to the girl. He's not smooth. He just wants to, sexualize her, and it comes across creepy because he just is weird. He's not, he doesn't have any game. Um, or they put you in two other categories: the long-term relationship zone, or the I want to have sex with this guy tonight zone. Right. The rarest of all those is the I want to have sex with this guy tonight zone. Um, because he's just the top 10% Chad. He just has such sex appeal physically, or he has some pretty good game where he can convey that he's an alpha or whatever to the woman, and she wants to have sex with him right there. Or you get into the long-term relationship zone, which is I'm going to put off sex in order to kind of rope this guy in, because if I just have sex with him really quickly, there's a good chance he could leave me, or there's a good chance that he could mistake me as the wrong kind of woman, whatever. And right. So these are the zones, right? So when a woman says just be yourself, what she's really saying is she wants to put you in one of those zones. She says just be yourself because she doesn't want you faking it. Because when you fake it, it makes her job harder. What is her job? Her job is to discard the unwanted guys and to keep the guys that she wants. So it makes it easier on her. Right? Because in a way, she's kind of got a hard job because she's got a million guys coming at her from every angle all day long on, social media or the dating sites, whatever. And she has a need. Her need is I want to be with a guy, or I want to have a baby, or I want to get sex. Those are her needs, right? We don't talk about this, but women have needs, right? Women have sexual needs. Women have relationship intimacy needs. Okay. So she wants to figure you out. This is why women say that. You got to understand, women don't say anything in an altruistic, egalitarian way. That doesn't happen. Women are not this way. Women are solipsistic. Okay, women are selfish. They believe the world revolves around them. All right, so they do not say things in an altruistic, egalitarian, equality, objective. None of these words really describe women at all. That's not how women are. Women are solipsistic. Okay, so when she says just be yourself, what she's really saying is I need to figure out who you are so I can categorize you, so I don't have to waste my time trying to figure out who you are. Why? Because they don't like the players. Because the players, it's not even that they don't like the players. Women do like players. What they don't like is a guy who's beta, where he's pretending to be an alpha. They don't want a guy to waste. Why? Because it's a. If she gets pregnant by you and your seed is not quality and you faked it, she's going to feel really shitty. She's like, damn, I just got pregnant by this guy who has inferior genetics and he just was able to fake it pretty good. And believe me, this is how women are wired. It really is like that. They don't want inferior genetics. That's what it really boils down to. So when a woman says just be yourself, what she's really saying is, do you have inferior or superior genetics? I want to know. I don't want to sit around and play your games and do any guesswork. I want to know right away. It's programming. It's social engineering. And they used to say it all the time. I haven't heard it in a while because, I don't know, women are not as vocal as they used to be about what they want. But, of course, and women are becoming more and more radicalized themselves. And, it's, with modern feminism. But anyway, they used to say it all the time. Just be yourself. Just be yourself around girls. Oh, just be yourself. Just. And another thing they say, I'm about to end this, but as I mentioned this, another thing they say is just take a chance, just talk to me. And what that is when a girl says just take a chance and talk to me, what she's really saying is I want you to worship me. What she's really saying is I want you to put me on a pedestal, because it's the same as like when a woman says just take a chance, just talk to me or whatever, what she's really saying is I want to be put on a pedestal. I want orbiters. It's a thirst trap. It's the same as when a girl puts out a picture on social media of her like in a sundress or looking good or whatever. It's a thirst trap. She's not looking for a mate, but by doing that, this is where guys get it twisted. She's not looking for you know, oh, I need a boyfriend, therefore I'm gonna go on social media and put a picture out. No, that's just stupid. That's not common sense. If she wanted a boyfriend, she'd go on Match.com or Tinder or whatever, and she'd put her pictures there. When she puts her pictures on social media, what she's really saying is, I want attention, I want worship. That's what that translates to. I want validation. I want guys to compliment me so I can feel like I'm a badass bitch, so I can feel like I'm a 10 out of 10. That's what she's really saying. So when a woman says, just take a chance, what she's really saying is, worship me, you know. Because what's she gonna do if you're not a 10 out of 10 Chad and you quote unquote take a chance, right? She's gonna reject you. She's, oh, that's sweet, and it's gonna make her feel better about her day. The truth is that she really shouldn't say that, because she knows damn well a 10 out of 10 Chad is gonna approach her anyways, and he doesn't really have to try very hard, and that's gonna happen anyways, right? So when a woman says that, you might think, oh, maybe she's just in a dry spell. Maybe she really does need a boyfriend. No, 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 no. All she has to, and she knows this better than anyone, all she has to do is dress nice and go out to a club, and she's got a 10 out of 10 chat in about an hour, because that's what women deal with 24/7. Or she just goes to the grocery store and some 10 out of 10 chat will approach her there. Like, that's just what it is, man. So when a girl says, oh, take a chance, maybe, you never know, ask your crush out, what she's really saying is she wants worship. It's a universal thing, right? It's an unspoken group thing that when women say these things, what they're really saying is they're kind of speaking for all women, right? So again, when she says just be yourself, she's trying to figure out who you are. And when she says, she's trying to figure out who you are, whether you're an alpha or a beta, whether she should take your seed seriously or she should just discard your seed. That's what it really comes down to. This is female nature. This is how women think. This is how they operate. They're not like us. They're not like men in how they think, their motivations, what they want, how they act. They're not like us. That's a mistake. Never think that men and women are equal. Never think that men and women are similar. We're not even close. Vast differences. Yeah, we're all human. Yeah, they've got we share human biological traits. That's about it. Our psychology, our motivations, our reproductive, um, motivations are just so different. Not even close. They're very shrewd, very subtle, very clever. We're not that way. Men are very straightforward. Men are very cut and dry. We want what we want, and that's it. Women are very complicated. And when she says, just take a chance, just talk to me, whatever, what she's saying is, I want to be worshipped. I want attention. I want validation while I'm out shopping, while I'm out doing this. That's why they even go out shopping. That's why they go out and they dress up and go to the mall. They want attention. This is solipsism. They want free attention. They want to give nothing in return. There's a movie, it's called From Dusk Till Dawn, and it's with Salma Hayek. It's about these vampires. It's with George Clooney, Salma Hayek. I think it was directed by Robert Rodriguez. Or no, it might have been directed by Quentin Tarantino. I think it's directed by Quentin Tarantino. He's actually in the movie too. It's a pretty good movie. But in that movie, Salma Hayek comes out. She's at this bar and she does this seduction dance. And I think I was like 12, maybe 12 to 14 when I first saw that movie. Came out like 95, 94, something like that, maybe a little earlier. Anyway, she does this seduction dance, and everybody in the room is just captivated by her. Like, everybody's just like, and she's a gorgeous woman, Salma Hayek, right? I mean, she's pretty much a 10 out of 10. She's sexy, right? And everybody's just captivated by her. Everybody's just like, oh wow, and it's just 100% her beauty. And she's also in another movie called Desperado with Antonio Banderas, directed by Robert Rodriguez. And she's just walking down the street and she causes an accident just by walking down the street in this movie called Desperado, another great movie. Um, but that's what women want right there. They want that. They want the room to stop when they walk in. They want everybody, oh, look, she's so hot. Oh, like that's what they want. Like that's their goal. And if they can't do it, they'll manipulate and get what they can get. Any little attention here or there. Whenever a woman is upset that she doesn't like male attention, usually it's because it reminds her that she's not that hot. So if she gets male attention, usually it's because guys just want to get a nut off, right? Oh, she's good enough. And what they really don't like is the fact that they're not getting the alpha male attention. That's what they really don't like. Now, a really hot woman will like the beta attention as well, because she's just comfortable and she knows that she's hot enough, right? But the less attractive she is, the more she doesn't like the attention, because she knows that it reminds her that she's not that hot, and she knows she's not that hot. Women know better than anyone. Why? Because sex is currency. Just like men, we know our athletic skills, because being an athlete is like, the creme de la creme of being a man. Oh, getting paid to be an athlete, like that's one of the most alpha things, right? That's what we all dream of as men. What women dream of is to be that 10 out of 10. They dream of being the hot girl. This is why women hate each other. This is why women hate the hot girl. Because they all want to be the hot girl, because the hot girl gets everything. The hot girl is totally comfortable and calm in her own skin, right? So when a girl who's, like I say, a 6 out of 10, she's not even close to a 10 out of 10, and she knows it, but she's good enough to like maybe get a nut off. She's good enough, for a guy to, you know, want to hump her and then just leave her. And she knows that. She knows that's all guys want from her. They're not really worshiping her beauty. They just want to get a nut off. And so it annoys her and she really hates it, right? Of course, some of these women today, they're so warped and they're so like wacky. They really think that they're 10 out of 10s when they're like 4s. We call them 49ers, right? They're 4s who think that they're 9s. But anyway, I'm digressing. All right, so I think I'm gonna leave it there. You guys get the point. Appreciate you listening. Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.